We're gonna start with question 14. I'll give you all a minute to solve this. Okay, so for question 14, um, we're told they purchase fertilizer in 60-gallon drums, and each batch of solution is made by mixing 3 quarts of fertilizer with water. How much can be made from a 60-gallon drum of fertilizer? Well, we just take 60 gallons and then multiply it by the ratio that they give us. So 1 gallon is 4 quarts, so 60 times 4, which gets us 240. And then uh, we're told that each batch is made by mixing 3 quarts of fertilizer with water, so 240 divided by 3, which gets us 80 total batches of solution. So the correct answer is answer C. Okay, question 15. Okay, so for question 15, um, we're told that they rode their bicycle on a straight road, um, to a restaurant, so that would be like here, and then they went along the same road to a movie theater, so that would be here, and then they returned home, after they saw the movie, so that would be this. The distance, from home was given by the graph. How many total miles did she ride her bicycle? Well, that would just be all of the changes. So that would be this plus this plus this. That's the total change in distance that she rode. So that would just be 3 plus 2 plus 5, which would be 10 total miles. So the correct answer is choice B. Okay, question 16. Okay, so for question 16, we're told that they have 1,500 total yards of yarn, so this has to all be greater than or less than or equals to 1,500, so that's right. He wants to knit at least 2 scarves and 3 hats. So scarves has to be greater than or equals to 2, um, so it's not C. And hats has to be greater than or equals to 3, so okay. And then each scarf requires 300 yards of yarn, and each hat requires 120 yards of yarn. So that would be 300 times S plus 120 times H has to be less than the 1,500 total yards of yarn. So that would be answer is D, where 300 times the total number of scarves plus 120 times the total number of hats is less than or equals to the total number of yarn. Okay, question 17. Here's for question 17. For what percent of the tosses did the dime Michael toss land on heads? So we take a look at dime and we take a look at heads and we add these two together. So that would be 26 plus 27, which is equal to 53. And this is asking for a percentage. So we take 53 and divide it by the total. So the total would be all of these four numbers added together. So that would just be um, the top row plus the bottom row. So that would be 53 plus 24 plus 23, which would be 100. Because when you add all four of these numbers up, you get 100. So 53 out of 100 is the percentage, which would be 0.53, which is equal to 53%. So the correct answer is D. Okay, question 18. Okay, so for question 18, uh, we're asked to find uh, MMHG over the course of 5 hours. And we're given a conversion ratio and the original values, and we're basically asked to solve. So first we need to find the conversion ratio, which would just be 760 divided by 1013. So the conversion ratio would be 760 over 1013, which would be 0.75. And then we take our current value, which is 3.4, 3.4, and we multiply it by the conversion value, which would be equal to 2.55. And then we're asked to find it over the course of 5 hours. So we just take 2.55 and multiply by 5. So 2.55 times 5, because it asks us for 5 hours. And this is per hour. So that would be about 12.75, which rounds closest to 12.8. So correct answer is answer choice B. Okay, question 19. Okay, so for question 19, we're told on opening day they had 29 cars, so the initial value has to be 29. And then during the first 6 months, they bought 18 cars a week, and then they sold 15 cars a week. So we have plus 18 because they bought 18, and we also have minus 15 because they sold them, so minus 15. This would be equal to positive 3. So that means every week, um, yeah, because T is weeks, so it would be 3T plus the initial value, which is 29. So the correct answer is answer choice D. Okay, question 20. Okay, so for question 20, we're asked what is 2x in terms of a? So we just take a, divide by 2. So wait, let's just write this out. So we just say a and divide by 2. That would get us root 2x equals a over 2. We're asked to find 2x, so we just square both sides. So that would just leave us with 2x equals a over 2 squared. 2x equals a squared over 4 squared. Or sorry, not 4 squared, 2 squared, which is 4. So the correct answer is answer choice B. Okay, question 21. Okay, so for question 21, um, every time you add a table, you add 6 more guests, because for arrangement 1, you have 9 or 8, and then for arrangement 2, where you add one more table, you add these 6 more, and then for arrangement 3, you still have these 6 that you added from arrangement 2, but then you also add 6 more. So it seems like every time you add another table, you add 6, so it would be 6n. And then we also have our initial value. So, well, for one table, we still have these 6, which would go into this. So if we have an initial value of 2, so 6n plus 2 is our formula, which we can simplify to 3n plus 1, all of that times 2. So the correct answer is in choice B. Because if you have one table, it would be um, 4 times 2 is 8. And then if you had two tables, it would be 6 plus 1 is 7 times 2 is 14. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Yep. So this formula works. Okay, question 22. As for question 22, we're given four equations, whereas the graph of each equation has its vertex farthest from the x-axis. Well, since it asks furthest from x-axis and all of these are in general quadratic formula form, well then it would just be the one with the largest value and largest absolute value of the value in front. Um, so we just take the value in front and take the absolute value of it. I guess we just call it A. And whichever one of these has the largest one is the one that's furthest from the x-axis. So A would be 7, B is 1/10, C is half, and D is 5. So the largest value out of these is 7, so the correct answer is A. You could also just actually plug all of these into your calculator and do that, but that would take a lot longer to do. A question 23. Someone asked, are we in the calculator section? Yes, we are. Okay, so for question 23, for value of C, will there be no solution to the system of equations? Well, that would just be when the two equations have the same x and y factors, but have different ending values. So since this is 4x and this is 2x, let's just multiply this top equation by 2. That would get us 4x plus 3 times 2 is 6y equals 5 times 2 is 10. And then the other equation is still 4x plus cy equals 8. And so for there to be no solution, x and y have to have the same factor, but have to equal different things. So this means that y would have to equal 6. Or I guess c would have to equal 6. So the correct answer is choice D. Okay, question 24. Okay, so question 24. Whereas what are the roots of the polynomial? Well, that would be when this is equal to 0. Well, that would be when one of these is equal to 0. So that would just be p plus 2 squared equals 0, which would be p equals negative 2. And for the other one, p squared minus 1 has to be equal to 0. Well, that would just be p squared has to equal 1. So that would mean negative 1 or positive 1, because negative 1 squared is 1 and positive 1 squared is 1. So P can be equal to negative 2, negative 1, or 1. Um, which is answer choice C. Okay, question 25. Okay, so for question 25. Which of the following describes an exponential relationship? Um, for every 3 millimeter increase, the intensity of light decreases by 20%. Yeah, that's exponential. Well, let's just go through the others though. Um, decreases at a constant rate, so that's constant, so no. Um, for every 33-foot increase, pressure increases by 14.7, that's constant rate. Depth decreases by 15 inches. Uh, water being pumped out at a constant rate, so that's constant. So the correct answer is A. Okay, question 26. Okay, so for question 26, we're told they sell 4 pack of batteries for $4.89. So that would be about like here, I guess. And if the store's price is more than that predicted by the line of best fit, what is the least number of competitors the store could have? So we just go across, and that would be like about here. And so the price is more than that predicted by the line of best fit. So it's above the line. What is the least number of competitors that the store could have? Well, we go down, and that would be 3 competitors. So the correct answer is in choice C. Okay, question 27. Okay, so we're question 27. Um, the line of best fit passes the point through 18, negative 0.12, which of the following can be concluded for this? Well, generally for line of best fit and for statistics data, you generally don't want to conclude for things greater than what you have data for. We only have data from 0 to 6, so this line of best fit shouldn't be used to gather any information about 18. And so in this case, the line of best fit will not model a price well for a store with a large number of competitors. If you have like 200 competitors, that doesn't mean that you're gonna sell batteries for like negative price or something. And it also doesn't mean that you can't sell batteries. So that just means that the line of best fit can't really model that type of data. So the correct answer is A. Um, And let's just go through the others. A convenience store can't have more than 17. Well, they can. You can have a lot more. A convenience store with 17 computers cannot increase its price any further. Well, we don't really know that for sure. We don't know if that this linear pattern continues. It might actually become a logarithmic or exponential pattern where it levels out. We don't really know about the data that far. And then the convenience store with 17 competitors can no longer sell 4 packs of batteries. Well, if it has 17, then they can. So the correct answer is A. Okay, question 28. Someone asked what was the answer to question 27? That was A. Okay, so for question 28, um, these are all actually, okay, so first they give us a shaded triangle region, which of the following approximates the area of the entire tile before this one piece was removed. So we basically have to find X and Y. And so for this, we're given three side angles and we're given one side length. Well, since this is 30 degrees and this is 90 degrees, we know that this has to be equal to um, this has to be equal to 60 degrees. And um, we also know that this side has to be equal to 60 degrees. Um, and we also know that this side has to be equal to 60 degrees because all of these triangles are 30, 60, 90 triangles. 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 90. And so using that information, we can just use the principle of a 30, 60, 90 triangle where, hold on, where we know that this side length, well, okay, I guess this is 30, this is 60, and this is 90. And so we know that this side length has to be X. The bottom side length has to be X root 3. And the top side length has to be 2X. So this is the general form for a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And so using that information, we can just solve backwards. So if this is 5, then this has to be 2X, which is 10. Um, and then if this is 10 for this other 30, 60, 90 triangle, then we know that this has to be 5, and this x value has to be equal to 5 root 3. So x is equal to 5 root 3. And then now we need to find the y. So for y, uh, we can also do the same thing. So this is 10, this is 5. So this would be 5 root 3. And then for this top value, it would just be 5 root 3 over 2. Because this is the long side length, which would just be 2x. So to find x, which would be this, you would just take that, divide by 2. So this is 5 root 3 over 2. And then to find the last y value, it would just be this times root 3. So 5 root 3 over 2 times the root 3. So y would be equal to root 3 times root 3 is 3, so 3 times 5 is 15 over 2. So y is equal to 15 over 2. And then now we just multiply these two, so 5 root 3 times 15 over 2, which you can just plug into your calculator. So times 15 over 2 is equal to 64.95, which is approximately close to 65. So the correct answer is answer choice D. Okay, and it's 11:30, so
we'll end the session, but before that, I would like you to know that the next week, because of Diwali, we'll not have any class. So we'll see you the week after that on the 9th of November. So sorry, November 3rd is a holiday. And let me see the date. November 10th. We'll see you on November 10th. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.